If you're an executive in your 40s, then this video is for you. I'm Nikhil Shah, founder of Exec Life, and I've spoken to hundreds of executive men in their 40s over the last few years. And I'm going to be showing you the trap that has held these men back. Because I can literally recall conversations I've had 2-3 years ago with the same individual, and they're exactly what they think is in the same place, but with time going by, they're actually been much more worse off. And the first thing which I'm going to be sharing with you is the concept of protecting your ego. So ego protection, because this is what the ego thinks. And if you don't understand what the ego is, it's the little voice in you that tells you sometimes to do this and to do that. And so that's it very simply. But when we come back down to ego protection, it's if you don't try to do something, you can never fail. Just let me say that again. If you never try something, you will never fail. That's what the ego thinks. But in reality, by not actually trying at all, you have already failed. Because you've never put your name inside the ring, never been the gladiator to go inside. And so that's the first trap. And so the second thing which goes on from this is future fantasy. What the ego thinks and what the mind keeps on saying is that later, in a few years' time, in 5 years' time, when the kids are away, or when I get that promotion, or when I move house, or whatever the excuse is, when that happens, I will have more time. But if you think back at the last 5-10 years' time, are you busier now than you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Have you got more responsibility with kids, with work, with caring for your parents, for caring for other family members? Because if that's the case, what do you think is going to happen in 5 to 10 years time from now? So ultimately, you overestimate what you can do and in the future, and underestimate how busy you will actually be. And this then goes on to the next point, which is the cost of delay. By delaying it, by continuing to delay it, what actually happens? And this is where the damage continues to compound, because what I've seen is literally I can have conversations with men, and I might have not spoken to them for a year, give them a call, and then they suddenly say, Nikhil, the week after we spoke, I had a heart attack. Literally, true story. And this is what can be. I'm not saying, of course, it's going to happen, but metabolic health takes a hit, visceral fat increases, blood work takes a hit as well, cholesterol, diabetes, blood pressure. Now, all of these are not the actual cause, they're the symptom. What actually is the cause is how you are showing up for yourself, and most importantly, for other people. And the way to think about this, and the funniest thing is that I remember speaking to one guy, if you're listening, hi, and he said that, yeah, I'm not going to invest in myself right now because I need to fix this plumbing in one of his rental properties. So men are very fast and very quick to invest in removing dents from their cars, rebuilding their houses, for investing in rental properties or investing in other businesses. But every time you do that, you're saying yes to something else, but no to the most important thing, which is your body. You only get one body in this life. And so these are the other things. And what it always comes back down to is the self-trust. How much do you trust yourself? Because there's so many conversations I've had with men where that trust has been slowly, gradually being eroded. Imagine a house where each brick you put on, because you've gained consistency in that streak of when you were eating healthy or moving out or working out, whatever it is, each time you're putting in that brick. And each time that you don't do what you say you're going to do, then what that means is you erode that trust, and it slowly, it starts to slip away. And so not only that self-trust erodes for yourself, but other people are going to see it around you, whether it's your kids, your wife starts losing trust in you, team members start not coming to you because they lose trust in how emotionally stable you are at 4 p.m. because you're always hungry or hangry or you have an energy dip or so. So it always comes back down to how can you build that self-trust? And it means putting yourself outside your comfort zone, because it's either going to be a life scare which triggers you into putting to action or making that decision. Either way, you'll get to where you want to get to, but it's that in the middle, what is it? How is it that you want to actually do this? Do you want to be in control, or do you want to be led by something else? So a bit of more of a rant, this one, I guess, but this one is what frustrates me the most when I see capable men disciplined in their careers, disciplined in how they show up for others, consistent at work, but then they lack that same consistency and discipline and belief in themselves. So if you're watching this and you want that sign to maybe take action, whether it's with me getting a personal trainer in person, it doesn't matter to me, but taking that first step, because it's either you taking control or life taking control